Here on the South Coast, we live near the water, so it's certainly wise for everyone to learn how to swim. It's a skill that can be a lot of fun. It's great exercise, and under certain circumstances, it could save a life, perhaps yours. My next two guests are responsible for swimming instruction programs at the YWCA in New Bedford. They're trying to make sure that all kids have the opportunity to receive swimming lessons at the Y. Good day to Sara White, the Aquatics Director at the Y, and also Alexis Wybranic, who's an instructor at the Y. Welcome to you both.
Hello. Thank you.
Your event is scheduled for August 23rd. It's called Splash for Cash. First of all, tell us about that fundraiser. Sara, we'll start with you.
So it's our annual swim-a-thon, and we do it every year to raise money to help kids who would not be able to afford our swim lessons. Normally, they can with the fundraising. It allows us to give families financial aid to support all programming at the YMCA.
All right. And how can people get involved? Because this, is having these events, we need to tell people. Where do they go to sign up, or is that necessary? How do people get involved?
Well, they can come on down to the New Bedford YMCA, and they can register for the program in our Welcome Center. They can come to the pool, and they can see me or any of our lifeguard staff, and they can direct them in the right way.
And the hours again?
For swimmers, it's from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. and from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. But you can come down anytime that day or even before or after that if you just want to give a donation.
Okay, and pledging is what we're talking about here, right?
Yes.
All right, so pledge so much for every lap or
yes.
whatever the thing is. Is it your feeling there's a surprisingly small number of kids in Greater New Bedford who know how to swim? Maybe both can weigh in on that. Sara, why don't we start with you? Do a lot of kids know how to swim?
I think that every child in our area should know how to swim. We're surrounded by 3 bodies of water. I think it's the most important skill for your child, or even as an adult, you should know how to save yourself. And so I am always surprised by how many people don't know how to swim.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Alexis?
Typically we get a lot of kids who, sometimes they're like, oh, well, I can swim, and then they hop right in, and it's a totally different story. So we want to make sure, that we're teaching them, sometimes life-saving strategies, what to do if you accidentally, fall into a body of water. We're teaching them water safety, never go into the water, without being supervised or without an adult. Make sure you ask permission, once again, before you ever go swimming. And we're not only teaching them water safety, we're also teaching them, forms of swimming techniques, and it could move on to, swim team, high school swimming, and even, we have YUSA as well, so that on our swim team. So.
Mm-hmm. And obviously you agree with Sara, it's important for people to learn how to swim.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Little kids especially, you mentioned their zeal in jumping in, and then progress, they don't really know how to swim.
Yes.
But it is important to kind of get the rudimentary stuff.
Absolutely.
Learned,
yeah. And, the drowning it takes less than 30 seconds for the drowning process to begin. I've had my own near-drowning experiences, and, I'm a mother of 3, and I teach that's the first thing I teach my children, because even my daughter, she had a time where she just tripped up and she couldn't stand up, and I grabbed her quickly, and there's times that it happens in the blink of an eye, and not a lot of people realize the dangers of the water.
Yep. And our new swim lesson plan really brings home being able to save yourself, as well as learning how to, just learning not to go in without an adult, but it's called Safety Around Water, SAW, is what our swim lessons are called. So it teaches these kids how to roll onto their back if they get into a situation where they fall in or something happens that, obviously you can't predict everything. So it's really important to get these kids in the water and allow them to learn these safety skills so that they can save themselves if they get into that situation.
How many programs do you have at the Y to help young people learn? Is there You must have different age groups, I'm sure. Tell me about that.
We offer preschool lessons from ages 3 to 5. We offer baby classes, mommy and me classes, where parents go in the water with the babies and they start exploring the water. And even at that young age, we're still teaching life-saving skills, rolling onto your back, being able to belly float, all those good things. We teach preschool, we teach youth, we even have adult classes, and then if you even want to go beyond that, we have, swim team and competitive swim. We have mermaid classes, we have lifeguarding, so we have a broad range of programming as far as swim goes.
Enrollments up, down? What do you think?
Right now, enrollments are kind of down, so we're trying to bring some people back in. Just, it's important to get your kids to swim, or even if you're an adult and you don't know how to swim, it's important for you to swim too.
And that's why we're having Splash for Cash, really. Because I think in places like New Bedford, urban centers like New Bedford, there are probably a lot of young children who want to learn how to swim, but they don't really have the money for lessons, and the parents, for whatever reason. I mean, it's a hodgepodge in New Bedford, but the fact is not everybody has money to go for swim lessons.
Right.
So this is a way to build up a kind of a scholarship fund for these kids?
Yes, yep.
And you've done this is the third year, I understand. How are the first 2 years gone?
The first year was pretty successful. We brought in a bit of money, and it did well. And this last year was a little bit less, so we're really looking to boost up that fund this year and really be able to bring some money in for these kids and these people that need it.
You're listening to Townsquare Sunday. My guest is Sara White and instructor Alexis Wybranic of the New Bedford YMCA. Sara is the aquatics director, and Alexis is the swim instructor. How long have you two been there? How many kids have you taught to swim?
So, Sara and I, we go way back. We swam together in high school on swim team, and then, we were working together side by side as swim instructors and lifeguards for the past, I want to say, 5 years now, and it was up until last year she became my boss.
Okay.
So she took a big step in the right direction, and we've always worked very close, but we, year round we're teaching kids over and over. So if I were to look back at all the kids, I want to say back-to-back classes, I teach probably 10 classes, within a 4-day span, and then put 10 kids in every class. So,
You taught hundreds of kids how to swim.
Yes.
And Sara, same with you.
Yeah, I've been doing this for about 11 years total. I started out as a swim instructor when I was 17, and I've been doing it ever since. So there's countless children I've taught to swim.
Yeah. Well, that's in many ways it's God's work, because you are helping them to be healthier and to be safer. That's a wonderful thing. Your fundraiser on the 23rd raises money to pay for the lessons of youngsters who can't afford to pay. Do you see cases like that? Maybe we don't see. Maybe you don't see them because if you can't afford to pay, you don't come in, But there's a need there. You obviously feel that there is a need. Care to comment?
Yes. So we also provide, there are times, when we provide every day public free swim. You can come into the Y on a day pass, or you can come in with a membership, or even just taking a tour, and a lot of families will come in. We have a lot of children who come in. If you're over the age of 12 years old, you can be in the building without an adult. So we see some of these kids who come in, and sometimes, you question, you're like, you see some things and you question it, and you're like, I've pointed out techniques to kids who are just there for open swim, who are like, well, I want to learn how to do this, and I'm like, well, you should sign up for lessons, and they kind of, their facial expression changes, and we can't save everyone, but we can do the best to try to help them.
And this fundraiser is a way to try to help them, to raise money to pay for the lessons. After all, people who are instructing and teaching kids, they should be paid for these kinds of things. And you're raising money to pay for the lessons, people who can't. 23rd, that day, it's all day you can make donations.
Yes.
Is there a website people can go to learn more about this?
Well, it's not on our website. It is on our Facebook page.
Okay, tell us.
The New Bedford YMCA Facebook page. There is a rundown of the event and what's going on, and some pictures from last year on there for people to look at. And they can also give me a call at the New Bedford YMCA, and I can answer any questions they have. So can the Welcome Center.
Has there been a kind of a scholarship fund before now to help kids pay for swimmers? Has it been kind of a hit or miss thing?
We do have several major fundraising projects that we do that help the entire YMCA. This one is just geared more towards our program specifically. So usually we have our Mardi Gras event in February. We're coming up on our 150th gala anniversary. So we've been fundraising for that as well. So this is just geared more towards swimming specifically.
Okay. Why is it important for young kids especially to learn this craft? You talked about it before in this discussion, but I don't think we can say it enough. Why is it important for young people to learn how to swim?
I want to say just because, we live on the coast. We have, we're surrounded by beaches, beautiful, we have our harbor. There's sailing programs that I'm aware of, and even a lot of youngsters that I've seen that go fishing. So, all it takes is one wrong step, or, your children go to the beach with friends and they decide to go in the water, and all it takes is, swallowing a little bit of water and they go right under. So it's very important that all children at least have the chance to learn at least once how to swim, and they get the idea in their head so they're not having a total meltdown once something goes wrong.
And Sara, based on your experiences?
I just think, like she was saying, we're surrounded by beaches, we're surrounded by bodies of water pretty much wherever you go. 3 sides of where we are is surrounded by water, and I think kids really need to know how to swim and know how to save themselves if they get into a situation, because as a parent, you just can't predict everything. You can't always control where your child is going to be or go in every situation. So I think it's the most important thing your child could learn.
Okay. One more time, how can people get involved? I hear this show, I either hear it on the radio or listen on our website. Where can I go? How can I get involved? Let's start with that, Sara.
You can come on into the New Bedford YMCA and you can ask us questions, and the Welcome Center would be happy to register you for any of our programs. We have programs for every age group, no matter if you're an adult or a child, no matter what your interest is as far as swimming goes, we have something for you.
And on the 23rd, the day of the event, walk-ins welcomed?
Walk-ins are welcomed, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
We encourage them.
And certainly, if you are a competent swimmer and you'd like to help out, so much per lap, jump in and start swimming.
Absolutely.
Certain times, though, there's times restrictions, or at any
I have the times up there just for convenience, but if you can't make those times, we can definitely make room for you, and you can swim whenever you'd like.
Okay. It's on your Facebook page.
It is on our Facebook page, and it's on. If you come in or you give us a call, we can register you as well.
Okay. This is the Splash for Cash, and it is August 23rd, which is next Wednesday. Is that right?
Yes.
Next Wednesday, August 23rd, next Wednesday. It's to raise money to pay for swim lessons for kids who can't afford and families who can't afford to pay for those lessons. I'd like to thank you both for coming in. Sara White, Alexis Wybranic. You both have helped us understand this fundraiser a little more, and I hope it's a big success for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.